The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, the sports guy. We got a good one for you all today. As you can see, I got my friend, the one and only VK Jones. What's up, VK Jones? How you doing, bro?
Not much, man. We getting ready for the football season and everything. Just we working, we grinding it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be here. We're back to our regularly scheduled times and everything on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Like, tag, share, subscribe to the Hash It Out Show on all social media platforms. And also we have the Hash It Out Show link right below us. Log and support us. The Hash It Out Show game of the week coming back soon. So we're ready for it. We're getting prepared. We're going to have announcements on games very, very soon. But we got a good show tonight. This is one of our biggest months of the year for the Hash It Out Show. This is the start of Legends Month.
That's right. This is the start of Legends Month, like VK Jones just said. And tonight, in about 20 minutes, the one, the only, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in this state of Louisiana, Randall Mackey, who played at Bastrop High School, who won 3 consecutive state championships. And I don't care what any of y'all say about that first one getting taken away. He won 3 of them. He will be joining us at 7:30 as we talk about his career in high school and college. One of the best to ever do it. VK, I'll start off with this as we'll start off talking about Randall Mackey till he joins us. I feel like Randall Mackey doesn't get the amount of respect that a Brock Berlin, even Jawan Johnson gets. I mean, let's talk about it. He went to Bastrop
What?
and did magical things at Bastrop. He had to evacuate Port Sulphur due to Hurricane Katrina. He gets to Bastrop, and I think week 3 is when he took over as the starting quarterback, and Bastrop never looked back since then for 3 straight years. And I just don't think he gets the respect that he deserves because Randall Mackey is one of the greatest to ever do it. And I'm telling you that 2007 year, them against Destrehan probably would have been one of the greatest games to ever been played. You got Jordan Jefferson, Tim Moulton, Demarius Johnson over there. You got Randall Mackey, Ruben Randall. I mean, it's been crazy. But regard all that, Randall Mackey is one of the greatest ever to play in this state, VK.
Yes, he is definitely up there with one of the greatest to ever play and everything else. And when was that Destrehan? Was it a playoff game? I'm trying to remember that game myself because that was a hard
No,
one.
they didn't play.
They didn't
Bastrop
play.
won 4A, Destrehan
That's
won
right.
5A.
That's right. That's right. Sure did. Um, and I tell you, man, it's amazing. And you look at the family, the family in itself for Randall, looking at the bloodline. When you go all the way down, all the way to Chico Mackey and all these other great Mackeys following up, and a lot of people, including one of the Mackeys that coach at Jefferson Rise, he even said in an interview,
Trent Mackey.
Trent Mackey, Trent Mackey, Chico Mackey, Trent Mackey said it himself. He said Randall was the one. He said Randall was the one. He said all of us had our share. He was going to be the one. And he really was killing it in the beginning at Port Sulphur until Katrina happened. And then all of a sudden, because he was you could say one of the best quarterbacks since Terrence Jones. And that's saying really something at Port Sulphur. But Katrina happened, so he had to move. And a lot of his teammates came with him. And the thing about when he got to Bastrop, this is almost like certain teams that already was coming up and everything. Bastrop was coming up in the ranks, and they already had a good team returning. When they added those teammates from Port Sulphur, it was the icing on the cake of what they was gonna go forward and do. And they just totally that first year in itself, they had to prove that they're worthy, and they were. They went up in there, they won the state championship, their first one in school history. And then after that, they became a powerhouse. And for the LHSAA to do what they did, to me, I don't care what anybody say, they were dead wrong for what they did. They were dead wrong. Because what you're going to do when kids do not have a home to stay in. And at the time, Katrina was we're approaching 20 years of it. The
Yep.
most devastating storm in the history of the Gulf South. You think these kids got a home to go to, especially in the area of Port Sulphur? Now you know, and thank God Port Sulphur is continuing to thrive. That whole South Plaquemines parish is continuing to thrive, even after Katrina. But at a time of what they had to go through, the transition was a lot. And you think those kids are coming home, and I don't think Port Sulphur wasn't even still open at the time. So for the LHSA to do what they did, it was dead wrong. And Bastrop proved it more than anything else the year after.
Hey, hey,
And
hey, 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 hey! Don't be taking shots. Don't be
I'm
taking
not
shots.
no, I'm not taking shots. I called that. I called that, and I'm not trying to use violent terms, but this was my opinion on it. I called that Bastrop year was the bloodshed year, meaning we're coming for blood because you tried to take it away from us. We're coming for everything. And that's what they did. Because I still ain't forget that semifinal game. Because you had to think, Bastrop was I believe they was the top seed, but they could not have
top
no
seed,
home games.
top seed in '06.
Yeah,
No, '06.
they was a top seed, but they could not have home games.
Right.
They could not have no home games at all, period. That was the penalty. That a lot of teams went through that too, including that Culver team, that first Culver team Coach Nate coached that went to the top 20 and went through, and they was a top 5, and they had to go through. They didn't have a home game because of the penalty. So they won every road game and got to the state semifinals. So for them, and I still didn't forget it, the semifinal game, and I don't know who it was. I got to go back and look at it. They played on the road and they put 60 something points on the board against, I believe I think it was the number 3 seed or something like that they took on. On their home field. Put 60 some points on. I'm like, whoever go against Bastrop is in trouble. In big trouble.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's easy to say that Bastrop for sure in '06 and '07 was probably the best team in the state.
Mhm.
Destrehan '07 has something to say about that, but they had guys everywhere. O-line, D-line, defensive backs, wide receivers. The missing piece was Randall Mackey. He was the missing piece. And Mackey going to Bastrop It actually gave him a bigger platform to shine. No disrespect to South Plaquemines in Port Sulphur area. No disrespect, small school. But here's Mackey going up to a 4A school, and he's taking on teams like Bro Bridge, Shaw, other teams I can't remember, but he's beating these teams. He's defeating them, and um, I mean, the guy was phenomenal. We talking about what, two-time All-State player
Hmm.
in Randall Mackey,
Hmm.
and gosh, I mean, the dude could throw. He had an arm for days.
Yes.
An arm for days, ladies and gentlemen.
We knew he had leg. I knew he had legs at first, and I looked at his
See,
arm
this
strength
dude,
as
I didn't interrupt
real
this dude
strong.
one time at
I'm,
all
I'm,
when he was
I'm,
talking. He want to interrupt me. I'm
dude, I'm sorry.
about to
I'm
mute
sorry.
you, man.
What
About
are
to
you
mute
talking
you.
about? I wasn't trying to interrupt.
You weren't trying, but what you just did.
Look, I was trying to agree with you
Okay,
with
good.
what you're talking about. You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? So
Thank you.
it's agree to disagree. That's all it is. I wasn't trying to interrupt you.
Yeah,
I,
because
but
because
go
I
ahead,
was
go ahead.
getting to the legs part, brother. I was getting to the legs part.
Go ahead and finish it off, my brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish it
My
off, dude.
goodness.
Y'all got you. Go.
All right, all right. So he had an arm for days, bro. I'm telling you, Mackey could throw a ball 65 yards. And then all of a sudden he take off running. You couldn't catch the dude. Mackey was the total package. It was one of the best players you ever saw in person. And that is no lie. This is not me exaggerating. Randall Mackey was the guy. He was the guy. And he's about only 6 feet. But man, this dude was one hell of a football player. And it just kills me when people speak of some of the best in the state of all time, and he's not even mentioned. He's not mentioned. I don't know if Bastrop wins 3 state championships without him. I don't know that. And that's not me trying to knock down the Bastrop Rams in Bastrop, Louisiana. But the dude was just magnificent on a football field. I
It,
mean, if let's say if Katrina doesn't hit, do we hear about Reg Turner until his senior year?
mm, wow.
I'm just saying, because Mackey was the starting quarterback. I'm just saying.
Right.
So that was a blessing for not saying
But wait,
Katrina, but Reg getting his chance to shine at Port Sulphur was a blessing due to Mackey going to Bastrop. I'm just saying. Go ahead, sir.
I agree. And you look at it. At the time when Port Sulphur was no more, they merged the schools between Bastrop, no, I'm sorry, between Port Sulphur, Bouville Venice, and Beerus to create South Plaquemines. When they created it, here's Ridge Turner. Here's all these great talented players, including the Silves, including the head coach that just won the state championship for South Plaquemines, Lafitte. So you
Yeah.
have all that talent over there. And I tell you, South Plaquemines was blessed with it. And for Ridge to get that opportunity to show and people saw was in that area, especially around the post off and the South Plaquemines, they didn't know they would have a quarterback until when they seen what Ridge has.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's like, oh, we're good. We're good. We thought we was in trouble without Randall. But Randall going out there and they loved what Randall was doing out there. They rooted, and you can see some of the South Plaquemines and Plaquemine Parish fans was give a lot of love to a lot of love to Randall Mackey, and a lot of love to those teammates that went out there with him because they know
Oh
they
yeah.
still love them and
They
everything.
know it's home. They know. They
Exactly,
know. They
they
understand
know,
the situation that happened. They understand.
and they wished them success, and it was love all around both sides. It was blessing on both sides of the fence. I always looked at Randall had always had legs, good legs. His arm was not that bad. I was like, if he continues to work it, he'll be really good. When he got the Bastrop, oh my God, the improvement of him throwing the football. I'm like, whoa, bruh. Like, dude, this is night and day. Like, this is unbelievable what I'm seeing. So I'm like, it kept on getting better and better each year. So, and for Randall to do what he did and everything, and he's amazing. He's got a great family line and everything. But when he moved on, he had a time trying to do things in the next level. In the junior college ranks, he did very, very well. did very, very well at East Mississippi, leading them to a national championship. Had the matchup of a lifetime going against Blaine College and Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
So that right there is something for him to get a notch to win a national title and beat a person that has really, to me, maybe a future college football Hall of Famer. So it's just unbelievable for what he did there. Ole Miss, he had his times. He was up and down with, but still at the same time, for him having the opportunity to play in the SEC was something else for him. But knowing him in life and right now, the way he has really turned his life around and everything else, we got another. It's almost like we had Ryan Paraloo last year. We
Yeah.
we we got another turnaround story here, man. I like what I've been hearing with Randall. He's starting to win in life, man. And sometimes people go through the ups and downs, but when they know that sometimes that there's a problem or they're going through some things and they do what they can to get help, that's a real good thing when they try to turn around, especially when you have wake up calls in your life. So, but regardless of what happened in his college days, but the high school days, Randall Mackey definitely one of the best players to ever play in Louisiana. He's definitely up there. He should deserve that respect. 3 state championships is nothing to sleep on
That's
at
hard to
all.
do. It's hard to do.
It's hard. I mean,
It's
it's
hard to do. It's nothing easy about winning one, winning three in a row.
I can understand certain players getting respect because there's certain players that's done it in a year. You know what I'm saying? Winning the state champ. And I'm like, we didn't seen some great 1 year runs. Great 1 year runs. And like,
Yeah.
could they be up there as one of the best players? You can put them up there because of the fact that hey, sometimes you might have a 1 year, but sometimes a 1 year player might go beyond what he did, and it's amazing because it's like you never see something like this before.
That's right.
But for him, doing it for 3 years is amazing for his consistency. So I love what Randall did, and at in the dome. I mean, and I'm not gonna throw shots at you like somebody else is gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. But all I know, when I remember he in that dome, he scored that first touchdown. I don't know. They called a flag on sportsmanlike conduct. I
You
don't
talking you
know
talking the third championship, second game against Shaw when he flipped into the end
to the
zone with
end zone.
nobody around him. That what you
I
talking about.
thought I thought somebody was like at least 10 feet away. I'm serious
Nah.
because they. Now, he was
He was by himself, dog. He was
I,
by himself because he took
not
off
saying
running and
he.
Chad was coming. Chad didn't see another star defender in front of him. So Chad and the star defender collided, and Mackey had the whole sideline. He just by himself and just did a whole flip. That's why they threw the flag on him.
I gotta look at it again. I thought I was on the sidelines and I thought somebody was like not saying close to tackling it, but I'm like close enough that you trying to get a distance. So that's what I was thinking. But if I look at it again, you might be right. He might have had enough distance, and it's like, hey, that was unnecessary to flip in.
You're right.
No, I'm not saying you're not, dude. I'm just saying I have to look at it again. So I'm being humble about this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not challenging. I just looked at it from the sideline and I thought somebody got a little close. Not close enough to tackle, but close enough that sometimes if somebody get close and you're trying to get that distance, ain't nothing wrong with trying to dive in. But sometimes if you way ahead, nah, you can't do that. You can't do
Well, they went way ahead, but
that. No, no, no. I'm
they
talking
won.
about like
They won big.
no, no. I know. I'm talking about on the play, not the score, but the play itself. Like when you're running and somebody gets kind of close to you, trying to flip it, you trying to dive in the end zone. That's fine. But if you're way, way ahead, you don't really want to do that. You just want to just get in there and you're good to go. But regardless of the fact, that whole game, he just really showed up and showed out, man. But him and Ruben Randall, that was a hell of a damn combination. You know what I'm
He had
saying?
D'Angelo Benton the year
D'Angelo
before.
Benton too. D'Angelo Benton, Ruben Randall, Randall Mackey, and you got all these other weapons. I know Randall gonna talk about the other players and weapons, and I want him to please talk about the other teammates from Post Sulphur. I know there was a good bit of them. One of them was a defensive player that was really, really good. So, bruh, You know what I'm saying?
Let
He's
me.
gonna
For some reason, my Facebook comments are not coming on restream. So let me read what some of the Facebook comments are saying.
go ahead.
Um, Ryan Silv saying he's still our quarterback, the best to ever come out of this state. He should have went to LSU. I don't think LSU recruited him.
No,
They
LSU
went
didn't.
they went with Jordan Jefferson.
Yep, they went with Jordan at the time,
Uh-huh.
so they
He also says he's better than Ryan Perrilloux. Shelby Boyle,
that is true.
he disagreed with it. He said Ryan's the best to ever come out of high school in this state. Mackey is second.
That's it's an
And
interesting
then
point
Ryan
for
Silv,
Shelby.
look at Ryan Silv. Ask Shaw about Randall Mackey. Boy.
I'm like this. Shelby, I can understand where he's coming from with it, but I give the edge to the Mackey over Perilou any day. Perilou was
Mm.
Perilou. I'm saying this for a reason. Look, Perilou was awesome in itself as an athlete. Period. As an athlete. Period. Like I put Mackey ahead. I'm gonna say this a little slightly over Perilou because I'm not gonna disrespect Perilou and what he's did. Perilou was unbelievable athlete in itself. He was great arm, great everything. The only thing about Perilou, the furthest East St. John has ever been in his tenure was the quarterfinals
Yeah.
for Randall Mackey.
Twice. Hornville and Evangel.
He actually took Port Sulphur in his freshman year to the state quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And then after goes to Bastrop, 3 straight state titles.
Three.
You when you're up there with a Brock Berlin, a Josh Booty, a what else I could go with a oh shoot, there was one of the lecture players that went back to back. Trying to think of other players too that you look at great players down like a Cordell Stewart and all these other players that's passed. I mean, Jonathan Wells or McKnight
Mm-hmm.
Joe McKnight. All these great players there. You have to put Mackey up there. I give it to him slightly over Ryan Parallel. I'm not gonna disrespect Shelby. You my boy, but I'm not gonna totally disrespect the man. I had to think about that because Ryan, I have to respect him for the kind of athlete he is, but I just slightly Mackey.
All right. So it's 7:31. We don't have him yet. I'm
Hopefully,
going to tr-
hopefully he's not having a little trouble with the. he look. He's a little younger than us, but hopefully, I
He's a
know he ought to have.
35-year-old man, bro. What you talking about?
I know he's 35. I'm just saying I'm looking at the years and I'm like he's not our age yet, but he is 35.
He's 35
So
years old. He's 35 years old.
I know
I'm
he's.
gonna see if I can call him.
I wouldn't
If
be
I can get him.
surprised. He might have family. And you know how that goes.
We're gonna see. I want you to keep talking about Randall Mackey. I'm gonna try to call him right quick, see if
Oh
I can
yeah,
get him.
absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, while Mr. Boyd is trying to get him on there, you know what I'm saying? Continue to interact right here on the Hash It Out Show, right here on JB the Sports Guys YouTube and also all social media platforms. And we're looking forward to having the Hash It Out Show game of the week coming up soon. We're doing football and basketball. We will have announcements on games coming on soon. Sponsors, we need you. We have sponsorship packages. Go to our Hash It Out Show pages, including my page, including Jerry JB Boyd's page, George Pepper's page. We have the packages up for you if you're a business or know somebody with a business or just want to donate. I just want to be part of this Hash It Out Show Game of the Week experience. Check out the packages if you're interested. Inbox us and we can get things going. We'll make sure we run ads and reads and all that good stuff so you can be a part of the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. And the biggest thing about this season, the only announcement I'm gonna tell you, we're doing 2 games a week coming up this year. We're doing 2 games a week coming up this year on the football side and on the b-ball side as well. So we're going to do a lot of great things. So if you want to be a part of if you want to be a sponsor and be part of this Hash It Out Show Game of the Week, just check out our packages, inbox us, and we definitely we'll get it rolling from there. And momentarily we'll have Randall Mackey coming up on Legends Month tomorrow night. I don't know if I want to give it away, but we got a good one tomorrow night for Legends Month as well. We're looking forward to bringing that to you. Next couple of weeks, we will have great legends on the show. We will announce it to you. We will bring it to you and everything else. I'm gonna try and wait until let me see. Devin Saab. Wow. You got Mackey on the list, Devin Stein, but like Peyton, I'm like this. Peyton was a great quarterback, but Peyton couldn't even get past the quarterfinals. Brock Berlin is definitely up there. Yes, Brock Berlin is definitely up there. He was unbelievable. I couldn't believe he did a lot more than Josh Booty ever did, and he was awesome. He was awesome. Brock Berlin was amazing, and like I said, you know, he's definitely up there. I can understand why you put Parallel. You're a River Parish guy. River Parish guys are definitely gonna go with Ryan Parallel. So that's a great understanding. Yes, yes. The sponsorship info is on the website as well, Miss Tiffany. So if you see it, take a look at it, but also go to our pages. We have the info right there. If you're interested and want to be a part of this, please let us know. And we ready to roll with it. Oh, and we have affordable packages starting at $150. Starting at 150, and it's different perks when you buy it. Now, the basketball one is a 2-for-1 deal. It's two different packages on the basketball one, but it's for football and basketball. That's why it's a 2-for-1. So take a look at that. I'm giving you clarity right here. It is football, basketball. That's what the basketball package is. So it's a 2-for-1 deal. You will not you'll be satisfied with it. Trust me. You won't be disappointed of what we do with the Hashtag Show Game of the Week. Bastrop averaged 40.3 points. Yeah. Yeah, Austin. I called that the bloodshed year because they came for blood that year. They really did.
All right.
JB's back with us. What you got?
I called him twice. Well, I say try to call because soon as the phone ring, it goes straight to voicemail, not a voicemail. So I'm trying. I'm trying to get Mr. Mackey up on here. He agreed to do it. He has the link and everything. So I'm just
I know you called. You text him.
I've done all that.
Okay, well, you done all that. Okay. Hopefully he didn't forget. I know you sent a reminder,
I
so
sure did.
I don't know how many kids he might have something going on with the kids today. Now that goes takes some time a little bit, but give some time to join us. And
Now hold on, Coach Sam. Hold on. We not
uh,
forgetting the West Bank.
come
We
on,
not forgetting the West
man,
Bank.
come
We
on,
not. Oh yeah, they
dude.
have some great quarterbacks here.
Yeah,
They
some great
have.
quarterbacks. Come on, man. You can name them on the finger. We just mentioned about Cordell. We can't forget about you know the great car quarterbacks coming out there, Speedy Noel, and also Alden Clark, and also um I'm trying to think the quarterback that was at he's a quarterback coach. He's an office coordinator now. I think he's a head coach now. Not really. Trying to think. Munchie Lego. We can't
Yeah,
forget about
Munchie.
Munchie
Yeah.
Lego.
Uh-huh.
We can't forget about Tonka George. Maybe one of the best one year wonders we've ever seen. We can't forget Leonard Valentine. Thank you, Coach Sam. We can't forget about Leonard. Man, Leonard was, to me, a lot of people say John Everett, that was the best quarterback to ever come out of John Everett. And a lot of people say Leonard Valentine should have never went to LSU. He should
I
have
got it.
never went to
I
LSU.
don't know why my Facebook comments are not popping up on here. I
That's
really
all right.
don't
Let,
know.
let them keep commenting. You could just
I'm reading it
read them.
out.
There you go.
You know, they talking about it on here. You know, they talking about it. John
That's
Johnson, Senior, Perry Walker. Yeah, John Johnson. Yeah.
that's another
Yes.
1 year
Yep.
great. Another
Yes.
1 year great is John Johnson.
John
I mean,
Johnson.
for him to step in for Christopher Williams, the year he had the year before his senior year, getting that Old Perry Walker program to the biggest win in school history, and for him to leave, and they're wondering who's going to go ahead and take over. John comes in, transferring from another school, and he kills it.
Yep.
He kills it and gets Old Perry Walker to the dome. Jay
That's right.
Tyler is another great quarterback as well. He broke a lot of records at Newman, even some of the Manning's records he
Herb
broke.
Tyler.
Herb Tyler's son, Herb Tyler as well, his dad.
Yeah, the
So
one at LSU. Yeah.
Herb Tyler was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Really
So
did what he had to do at Old Perry Walker.
yeah. So we're not forgetting. We're,
No,
we're
come,
not forgetting.
come on, Coach Sam. We are focused on legends, and we're focusing on certain players and the areas they came from. You know what I'm saying? We cover. We're Coach Sam. I'm gonna say this. We're a statewide show. Okay, we're a statewide show. We have to cover everybody. We're not 1008. We love 1008. We love what they're doing. They're strictly New Orleans. We're not strictly New Orleans. We're New Orleans based, but we're state. And that's what we got to do. That's the goal you want to have for everybody here. And that's what it is. Lindsey Scott, yes.
Lindsey Scott.
Lindsey
Yeah.
Scott is another
Definitely.
one. See,
Definitely. See,
Austin.
he ain't West Bank though. See,
See,
that's we talking about overall. Overall.
exactly. And then see, Austin, thank you. You're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? But Coach Sam, I see where you're coming from with it
I,
because we have a couple of River Parish people that supporting their people.
I want to get back to Randall Mackey again. You know, we are waiting. Hopefully, he joins us. He said he would, but after East Mississippi Community, he went to Ole Miss. He went to Ole Miss, and to me, at Ole Miss, he just didn't have enough around him to help him at all. And I'm trying to think who was the coach that came his senior season and put him at running back. Put him at running back and just did him the biggest disservice that you can do to any player.
I'm trying to think, was that Houston Nut that did that?
No, Houston Nutt was gone his senior year.
Houston Nut was gone. So Houston Nut
His
trusted
red
him
shirt
at a
senior
time.
year, really.
Wow. I'm trying
Because
to think.
La Tech went there and beat him his red shirt junior year.
Okay.
So
Trying to
Houston Nutt was gone.
yeah. So I'm yeah, you probably got to look that up. Like who was
I'm
the
trying to see.
yeah, because we know Ogeron. I think Ogeron was before Houston Nut that little time, and then all of a sudden here comes Houston. Then he was there for a good little while, and then he's gone. You know, Ole Miss usually has revolving doors at head coaches, except for when you had the Auburn coach that was there, who was at Liberty at the time, like
Hugh Freeze.
Hugh Freeze. He was there for a minute, um, and now you got what's his name that's been there for a good little while now. Surprisingly, he hasn't gone yet. So it's good that Ole Miss has some kind of consistency right now. Who
Oh,
knows?
it was Hugh Freeze.
Oh, wow,
It was
that
Hugh
probably
Freeze.
that was his first year. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, I know we're not gonna mention that name. No,
That's one of my questions to
Ooh,
ask him about, the
the
move to
transition.
running back.
Yeah,
But we are trying to get him on. But I just didn't think he had enough around him at Ole Miss. He was a quarterback, especially
I
Houston Nuts last year. I don't think he had enough around him. Yeah, he had Brandon Bolden. He had him there. But I just don't think overall he had enough to help him. And that Ole Miss program on the Houston Nut was starting to fall apart. It was
I,
starting to fall apart. And things just didn't work out over there. Man, they got Randall Mackey. You got a tremendous athlete, but things just didn't work out over there.
I think the transition was real tough for Randall. I think it was really really tough. And it was hard for him to handle. Is the fact that sometimes they give you the keys to the car and you don't want to crash it, but there were times that he was hard for him to handle. So it was a tough goal for Randall. I think partially is a little bit of him, and a partial is a little bit of he didn't have weapons. So it was
I ain't
to
gonna say
me.
it's partially him. He
I'm
just
I'm
didn't.
I'm, I'm
O
saying
line wasn't that good. he was getting
It,
sacked a lot. Just
I'm not saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. I'm saying a little bit, not too much, because sometimes you have to. But when you get more frustrated when you got no protection, when you got no receivers, no weapons, like talking about it. So I totally get that part. Sometimes mentally you gotta really drain it down a bit, but at the same time, it was the biggest benefit of the doubt I do give Randall. It was a tough transition. It was a
mhm.
very very tough transition. It was hard for him to handle. It was very hard for him to
Well, we don't
handle.
know. We don't know.
No, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt of a hard transition. Sometimes when you have less and you're trying to step up and do the best you can, sometimes you can't do nothing but control what you have in front of you. So that's what I'm saying. I really think it was a real hard transition more than anything else, especially with Houston Nutt and all that stuff going on. That was just, he had something good and then it went down. So, you know, like a lot of Ole Miss programs, but this is the one of the rare times since you freeze that you had some kind of consistency. So we'll just, but at the same, but still, for him to have the opportunity, for Randall to have the opportunity to play in the SEC, to play in
Yeah,
the
in
highest
the
level,
SEC. Yep.
that's says a lot. And for him, and now with him, that he just want to live his life, take care of himself and his fam, and do what he got to do. And
That's it.
and that's the best thing. And a lot of times, high school football coaches or certain mentors prepare you for life after. So,
And that's what the coaches are there for, to help turn young men into men. And Coach Brad Bradshaw at Bastrop.
oh
Yes,
yeah,
indeed, bro.
Brad
Brad
Bradshaw,
Bradshaw at Bastrop, bro.
he had a machine over at Bastrop. He had an
Mm-hmm.
absolute machine over there. And I'll tell you one thing: he's very much missed in that Bastrop community. Bastrop trying to get back up. They've been an up and down program a bit since he left
Yeah.
and everything.
The main
Between
thing was when that mill closed. That the mill that was there was the thing that was
mm,
bringing in
bringing a
jobs
lot
and
of
people.
kids and
Yeah,
all
and that
that,
mill
yeah,
closed. That's what
students.
hurt Bastrop.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Wow,
that's what it was.
wow, man, that's
They had
crazy.
got a mill in. They had a mill in Bastrop, and that brought in jobs and it brought in um what you call it, families moving there, and that's how Bastrop was a 4A program and all that good stuff. Then once that mill closed, that's when Bastrop dropped.
Mhm.
Um, the um the student numbers dropped at their school, and it's been hard for them. And you see Bastrop every now and then might make a little run, but it's been hard ever since that mill closed.
You look at the two biggest turnarounds in the history around that time, Katrina going on up. You look at Brad Bradshaw and you look at Ted Davidson
Ted
over at
Davidson at
Acadiana.
Acadiana. Yeah,
Those two really turned around some programs that were bottom of the barrel and got them to championship level and powerhouses. And you have to think at the time, West Monroe kind of in the transition. Evangel kind of in the transition a bit. They were still there, but all of a sudden here come Calvary Baptist coming up a little bit.
yeah,
So that's huge for that program. And then you look at Acadiana and Ted Davidson. I mean, one of the biggest turnarounds in the state. And then on top of that, one of the biggest transitions of South Louisiana coming back to the fold. Because remember, North Louisiana was running things for a long time. But for Acadiana to win a couple state championships gave some big time hope for South Louisiana that the South's coming back. The South is coming back. So, but hopefully we'll have
oh God.
we gonna be patient. We're gonna be patient.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I'm trying to be patient with them. Give them till 8 o'clock. Hopefully, we can get them on, man, because there's a lot I want to talk to him about, man. And like I said, big fan of his. Um, I'm, I'm trying to
Yeah.
get him, y'all. I'm trying. I'm trying. He said he'd do it.
And
I'm,
we thank y'all so much for coming in and being a part of this tonight.
Y'all
Got
see how
a
he
little
just
bit of
interrupt me
viewership.
again? Y'all see he just don't wait till somebody
I
finish.
I,
He
th-
want
I
to keep
thought
talking.
you stopped.
No,
You didn't
no,
stop. I'm
no,
sorry.
I didn't stop.
I
No,
thought I thought you stopped for a second. I'm sorry. Go.
Jesus. That's why
Let me
George
let me
Peppers.
turn, let me turn my
That's why,
mic on.
that's why George Peppers tell you the same thing by interrupting. See, God. Anyway, go ahead. I forgot I was gonna say now. Go ahead. Shucks.
See, that's how much you need my help. It's all good.
Nah,
But
I wouldn't have forgot it if you didn't interrupt. But go ahead.
mhm.
Thank you,
but
Ryan. Thank you, bro.
but at the same time, thank you to everybody who's tuning into the show tonight. Continue to interact, continue to talk, continue to do everything we can. We appreciate all your support and everything else. We're trying our best to really put our market things a little more so y'all can know what we have coming tomorrow. Can we talk about tomorrow
You can
night a
say
little?
tomorrow. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
we was,
yeah.
we was waiting to get your word, sir. All right,
Nah,
all right.
ain't no word for that one. Go ahead.
All right. Tomorrow night on Legends Month, and it's going to be a special show. We want y'all to come back for this one. We're going to start at 7 o'clock or 7:10 tomorrow. What we starting?
We'll start around 7:10, and then
We'll start
7:30
7:10
when the first guest, and then 8 o'clock to 8:05 the second guest. Yeah.
tomorrow night. We are celebrating a legend more than anything else. Despite that we lost him a year ago, we're going to give him a big time celebration tomorrow. We are celebrating the life and times of Ed Daniels. The life and times of Ed Daniels tomorrow night, 7:30. Our first guest will be WGNO sports director Richie Mills. Richie Mills will join us. We'll talk about the life of Ed Daniels and his role of taking over the sports department at WGNO, especially running Friday night football. And now
I
he's
gotta ask
going to.
Richie about him taking over. It's about Ed Daniels.
We are going to talk about Ed Daniels, but we also going to talk about that too. Because remember, it's the first time we're having him on the show.
I
So
understand, but it's about
I
Ed
it's still
Daniels.
it's
It's
still
about the life of Ed Daniels and Richie getting advice and what the man meant to him and stories. That's what that is. It ain't about Richie. We can get Richie in about that another day. That's about Ed Daniels. Come on, man.
we we listen. I see what you're
You ain't
saying.
listening.
No, I am listening. But can you listen to why I'm saying that? You
You
have to
saying you want
under.
to ask him about
I,
him being the new sports director, right?
there's a reason.
What's your reason?
My
Yes.
reason is, Richie has a busy schedule, and when you're the sports director of a news station, you got all type of stuff going on. Meaning, you have to set stuff up, you have to set things up here, and also you got to make sure all your backup people is where he is. And then remember, you're number one. You're not the number two or number three. When you're number one, the show everything is on your shoulders now. Because remember, it's been hard to try to get Richie because of the fact all kind of stuff been coming up. Because remember, LSU had their college baseball stuff, all this coming on the last couple of weeks, the Pelicans draft and everything else. Remember, when the television, when local TV do mainstream sports, they're on it, man. They're straight on it. So I'm just saying it will be about Ed, but we also going to talk about that transition as well because we don't know when we're going to have him
It's
back on.
not about the transition. It's about
It's
Ed.
it is about Ed. Did you just
How the transition about Ed? You just saying we're gonna talk about what
no? I just said we're going to celebrate Ed. We're going to talk about Ed. We're going to have the stories about Ed because it is about Ed. But you know,
yeah,
it's
sports
just
and
gonna be
comedy at its finest. This
it's just
guy
gonna
wanna
be
ask I mean my man Richie, but it's not about Richie tomorrow. It's about Ed.
okay. If we want to ask him about his career transition, we can try to. We need it. You know what? Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. If we stick to Ed, bring Richie back before we start the prep season.
I ain't got a problem with that at all.
All right, cool,
There you go. There
cool,
you go.
deal, deal. I'm just saying
Celebrate the life of Ed Daniels, and we about to go off topic. No, man, we gotta stay right there.
because I know the next guest we gonna really stay on topic because we already discussed that. You know what I'm saying? It
Oh
would be
Lord,
harder
help him,
to get.
Shelby. Shelby, help him, please. Shelby Boyle, help him.
Oh my God, Shelby, you crazy. But at the same time, look, Richie is a harder guest than this next guest. This next guest, I had a feeling He was gonna come through for us, and it's gonna be a blessing to have him. After that, 8:05, we'll have the legendary head coach of the John Curtis Patriots and the co-host of Friday Night Football, J.T. Curtis. He will join us at 8:05 to talk about Ed Daniels, give his great stories and everything else, and how Ed Daniels prepared him to have that transition into media. So that will be a huge, huge night to celebrate the life and times of Ed Daniels tomorrow night on Legends Month. And we will stick to the plan for Richie Mills to stick with Ed Daniels since we'll have Richie Mills again before the first season.
Shelby Boyle, VK is the best sports announcer in high school football.
Oh man, thank you, Shelby. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? I'm approaching, and I know the Hash Out Show is going to celebrate it and everything else. But to some of my government my people in the New Orleans Council, if you can do this, can you do something? Give us a little decoration for the
There
Hash
you
Out
go. You
Show.
always asking about some.
No,
Stop
no,
it, man.
no,
Stop it.
no,
Stop
no, no,
asking and
no,
earn
no,
it. Stop
no, no,
it.
no. I think we earned it. Let me tell you something.
Oh
I'm
my
no,
God.
no,
Let
no,
the
no, no,
people
no,
say
no,
it, bro. My
no,
goodness.
no,
Stop asking.
no.
Stop asking and begging.
It ain't no asking and
You
begging.
always say that.
No,
You
no,
always say it,
no,
bro.
no. You have to
And to
understand this,
say it on
brother.
here is not the time to say
Dude,
it. Say
dude,
that to yourself. Say it to me when we walking or whatever, doing whatever. But you
man,
be
look,
always saying that, man.
man, look,
No.
no, bro, no.
No.
I'm, I'm,
All
I'm going,
that was
I'm
needed
going in
right
the
there
year.
would say, "Hey
I,
Shelby, thank you, bro. I truly appreciate
look,
that."
look, look, look,
You
look.
say thank you then,
Mm.
and I need the New Orleans to
No, no, no,
acknowledge it.
no, no.
No,
Hold on.
man.
I'm going in the year 20. I deserve everything I deserve.
Oh God.
Okay? I'm sorry. We listen, I've been under, I've been underrated. And I feel like this is my time to come out. This is our time to come out. This is our time. We want our
No,
time.
bro. It's the wrong time to do it.
Oh man. Why you know I'm like this. I don't want too much recognition, too much. I just want
Don't
something.
it sound like you do.
I want something. Can I get one thing in life? This is the thing with me. When I took the
God.
SID job, when I took the SID job in Mississippi, when I took that job, and I heard about this thing, the CPRAM Award, some they're honoring a lot of the college media stuff. When I heard about that, it's like my boss tell me you can enter your stuff and try to win. I entered a lot of my stuff that I did at Kahoma, and I was a three-time winner. First
Congratulations.
time in my life
That's what I'm talking about.
I
That's good.
won something, and that's why I sent you the information the other day. I feel like that we can do it and break so many barriers that for a rare time that an independent winning something. You know what I'm saying? I can still win from Crescent Sports Bowl. Hash it out, shook around winning. It's like an independent company. What how much that would save more than anything else. For me, when I won that C Prime, I was happy as I don't know what, and I don't know if I wanted to enter again. You know what I'm saying? I just want to enter one time, prove that I can do it, got the award. I don't need to compete no more. I didn't accomplish what I accomplished, and it's on my resume. I'm good. It's just like a wrestler winning the title. Hopefully, have a good big run and all this, except for the black folks that get messed over, especially in wrestling. So, but regardless of that, the fact that you finally win something, boom, I got nothing else to prove. I'm not trying to compete no more. I got nothing else to prove.
You got nothing to prove, nothing to compete for. Well, then what's all that for? Then like acknowledge me. I've been doing it 20 years and all that. What's all that for? Then you got nothing to
I
prove.
I look. I just want I just want what's best for the Hash It Out Show, and I just want what's
Yeah,
best for me.
and doing that is not best for it because they gonna be thinking like, oh, is that all they want? Is be recognized and recognition? No, the main goal of the Hash It Out Show and the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week is to put spotlight on high school athletics throughout this state and high school players. That's the main goal. That's the main goal. That's what I want people to say about us. Hey, they doing what they can to get people noticed around here. If
Well,
we happen to win an award one day, cool. But I ain't gonna sit here and be like, hey, we should be up there. We should be nominated. No, I will never say that. If it happens, it happens. But I know I got a goal in mind, and it's for these high school athletes in this state. That's my goal.
I agree, but also, what about the goal as a brand too?
Yeah, the goal as a brand is to grow. Yes, it's to grow without a doubt. Yes, that is the goal. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell people in New Orleans or whatever, hey, yeah, give me my recognition. I've been doing this for something years. I'm not gonna do that.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna do it. I'm a full-time world champion. Do I go walking out there and say, "Oh, y'all people out here recognize me and bow to me. I'm a full-time world champion." Do I do that?
Now, I did not say bow down. Did not say that.
But
I,
it's comparison to what you're saying, though, my brother.
I understand, but I'm the one person that's humble enough that's not gonna say bow down. I'm just saying, like,
I'm
look,
not saying. I'm not saying. I'm just
right,
saying. You saying that
right.
that's to recognize me.
Let-
It's the
let-
same thing.
okay, let's do the celebration on the show instead of just doing all this big, and we'll do a recognition show,
Boy,
or at
Ryan
least
Sills
a
said you
segment.
David Ruffin.
Who? Ryan Sims
Yeah,
said,
look, Ryan Sills,
"Sil."
reports officer said you David Ruffin. Shelby Boyle
Here
sound
we
like
go.
VK going solo like Bobby Brown. See, you see him? Y'all see him, huh? Y'all see him, huh?
Oh my
Y'all
God!
see him, huh?
Really, really?
Yeah.
I'm like this, man. Who come to see y'all, Otis?
Oh yeah.
Who come to see y'all, Otis?
That's
Now
where
I'm
you
not
going
talking
with
to
it.
you or
That's
talking
where
to
you
them.
going with it.
Talking to them. No, but I ain't go. Listen, I was so look. I did the solo dolo thing before. This man helped. I chose to shut down my industry. Shut down my side of it. Will I bring it back? I don't know. I got to be in a good balance enough if I ever bring it back. But with Ron, with what we're doing together, for him calling me to do this, and I dedicate myself to this, and I love what I do and everything else. We will do a segment to recognize my work, but at the same time, we're not gonna. You're right.
Yeah.
We just not. We're not gonna do that. I just felt like at a time that I just like, you know. And thank you, Austin. Thank you very much. You know, I don't know. I feel sometimes, and just to be honest, and we're kind of in a safe space a bit. Sometimes one side of the thing, do I worry about recognition? Sometimes one side, no. But another side, when you some way somehow come out the shadows and you're recognized by people that are big, and that's huge to me, and it just shows that hey, I'm here. I'm right here. You could be the best you want to. I'm right. I'm right in the shadow. I'm right in the fold. You know, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna still be right here, doing what I do, doing what I love to do.
And
But I'm a
that's
team
all
player.
you need to do. That's it. You ain't gotta say all that, but we gonna kill that noise right now. Right now.
Uh oh.
Golly. Jesus Christ.
I apologize, sir. I
Yeah, yeah.
apologize.
There you go. There you go. There you go. My
I,
goodness.
I,
All
I
right.
guess you're gonna be like, he's a little big headed. He's got to stop right now.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, man just gave you a compliment. You taking it to third base with it. Jesus Christ. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. We apologize. Randall Mackey was supposed to join us, and hey, I don't know what happened.
No
I can't.
text back, no
No,
calls.
yeah, I can't control that. So truly, apologize to all of you all that was tuning in to hear from Randall Mackey. He got a story to tell, man, and I was excited, but we didn't get Randall Mackey today, so I truly apologize for him not showing up, everybody. So please accept the apology. We're back tomorrow, celebrating the life and times of Ed Daniels with Richie Mills and Coach JT Curtis. So we'll be back at 7:10 tomorrow. Richie Mills will come on first at 7:30, like VK said, and JT Curtis at 8:05. We thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, like I said, we apologize for not having Mr. Mackey show up. We truly apologize.
We can pop up the last minute, but it's
Hey,
but
hey, 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 hey.
it had that happened before.
We have. Whoa, wait. Yo, nobody leaves. Gotta do the show. One thing I've learned is that self validation will always produce external recognition. Keep doing what you do and let the work speak for itself. Mr. David Ruffin, VK Jones.
Thank you very
Oh
much.
man, Shelby Boyle. Shelby Boyle. I'm gonna say is I don't know, but with that being said,
I don't know what the question was, but I'm not gonna ask. I
um,
don't know what he put,
you got any
but
last words, bro?
yeah, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. If people don't know what it is, you should know, my friend.
I know.
If people are baseball fans, if you're the age of myself and Jared, you should know what Bobby Bonilla Day is, and I'm gonna educate y'all right quick. Bobby Bonilla was a great baseball player that formerly played for the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets. He signed a contract that was almost a lifetime contract with the Mets, and since he played there and retired, the Mets had to eat up the money and they had to pay the man for the rest of his life. The contract still stands. Today, he receives $1.93 million. So he
How long
gets
this go? How long does this go until?
10 more years until 2035.
Gosh,
So he gets 1.93 million dollars. And the man is married, two kids, and is 62 and enjoying his best life. And the good thing about Bobby Bonilla, you not hearing nothing on him at all. So he's staying to his business. Big
um,
ups going to you, Bobby Bonilla. That's the best thing to do. Stay out of the way, stay inside.
Nola Nola Lee 84. So we were trying to get Randall Mackey on. He agreed to come on the show, and we talked about his career, but he didn't. He didn't come on the show today, man. So I'm apologizing for it. Um, that's all I can say, man. We're looking forward to having one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to come out of the state of Louisiana, man. But he
Ho-
didn't. He didn't pop
Hopefully,
up. So we
hopefully,
apologize.
hopefully we can make it up. I don't
Uh,
know, but we will see. But at the same time, man, we at least talked about him a lot. We
yeah,
at
yeah.
least
We talked.
read some great stories about him and everything. So we apologize,
Yep.
But tomorrow night, we please come back. All the
Yes.
honors who can tonight, please
Yes.
come back tomorrow. You won't regret it.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
sponsors, step up. We need you. Hashtag Show Game of the Week. We got the packages on our page. We have the packages on our page, different packages. Jared, I'm sorry. Go ahead and correct me, man, if I'm doing it wrong. I'm being a company guy, bro. I'm
Oh
trying.
my God! All sponsors, we ask that you help us and become a sponsor to Hash It Out Show. We ask that of you, sponsors. We ask that of you.
Ask that of you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know you're gonna choke. I know you want to take your hand and put it through the screen and just be like Gunther and choke me out right now. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to choke you earlier. The movie Life. You forgot movie Life.
Lord Jesus. Now I would never ask you that again. Like if you would ask me the same thing I did, I would have been polite enough to do the same thing for you.
I understand. I'm just a
Just-
person that once you got your food, I'm
That
not
was
asking you for
that
none of
was
your food.
that was just awkward. I'm
That
I'm
two
very
VK came out
sorry.
of left field.
I'm very sorry for that.
That boy said, "Do you want your cornbread?" I said, "Hey, bro, it ain't the movie Life, all right? Because I'm Martin Lawrence, and guess what?
I
I ain't
want
getting my
my
behind whooped to tell you that now."
Right. He's like, I want my cornbread. I want my vitamins and minerals and all that stuff. But I'm not shoot. I can't, man. Who wants to fight you? Nobody want. I don't want fights. And see, like Kevin Hart said, there's a lot of guys deserve a whole lot of leave alone. That's him right there. He deserve a whole lot of leave alone. I have to try to hold him back on something. I'll be like, calm down, bro. I know I'll be hot headed. He could get hot headed himself, and I'll be like, hey, let me get it. Let me get it, please. Because I'm like, bro. He's not like me. But when he ready to pop off, I can tell, and it's like, what's wrong, bro? Tell me what's wrong so we can straighten this out. I can go straighten this out if I need to. Or he'll do the same thing for me. He'll do the same thing to me. I'm definitely say that because he'll be like, calm down, BK. No, 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 no. Let me get it. So we have each other's back on everything, but I never want to fight this man. 4-time champion. What do I want to do with that? You think I'm gonna risk myself going in the hospital? I got a 6-year-old daughter. I ain't got time to get her. I do not have time to get her. Sorry. And a 6-year-old that could be a potential champion.
That's right.
Karate champion or in the WWE because she's starting to like wrestling.
Yes, she does.
So, bro, I ain't got time for this.
Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. We're back tomorrow. 7:10, same time. Everybody, come on back. Like we said, celebrating the life of Ed Daniels for VK Jones. I'm JB, the sports guy. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all had some good laughs with this also. The last 20 minutes for the home.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all take care.
Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Erica Randolph, head coach of the Hahnville Tigers boys basketball team, and you are watching The Hash It Out Show.
Thank you for watching The Hash It Out Show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.